Yo, it is October and it's the first day where it's actually pleasant outside. It's cool. It's probably in the low 60s. There's a breeze. So it's time for the fall update 2025. It's actually Halloween today too. So let's walk around and see all the additions and enjoy it. This is a new row that we planted here. This used to be the composting system. We converted it into a nice little row. I got different fruit trees in here. There's a papaya, of course. There's moringa. I think the papaya actually has some fruit on it already. A couple little pieces. There's an orange sherbet mango right here. This is intertwined with moringa. On the backside, you can see these moringa pop, 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 all the way down, growing up. So those I'm using for mulch. When I cut the moringa, I save it, and then I'll mulch it. It makes a really nice mulch when it's dry. Also have interplanted here some cassava. And then I got a dwarf banana. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm sorry, this is a dwarf plantain. I'm excited about this because the other plantains we had here would get too tall for the wind, and then the wind would knock them over once they went to fruit. So I'm excited to see how this does here in the wind in the summer months. And then I got some Mexican sunflower, some more moringa here. This is another mango. This one is a pina colada. So see how that one does. Back here, I have a passion fruit. And then I'm planting some pink silk tree down at the bottom there to see how they do. And you can kind of see the backside here. Here is a jasmine. It's been growing for about 6 months here. It's doing pretty well. This is my red banana. Just got a bunch on it. It's doing really well here too. I've never had red banana before. I don't know which variety of red banana it is, but it's happy and healthy. We're growing different types of sugar cane. This one is Jamaican stripe, and this one is Hilo Buddha. Pretty cool. I'll zoom out. You kind of see him. The Jamaican stripe is much more vigorous than the Hilo Buddha. So, let's see how those do. Here's a new addition. This is a Meme Sapote. It's growing here. It's kind of dry and it's shaded here, but it started out growing really well. So I'm gonna keep it here. It's very close to this avocado tree, which I just trimmed. We just took our last avocado off of it a few days ago, and I trimmed it up. So we'll see how it does. I'm hoping it can kind of grow up and then over this fence once I take out this sugar cane. There's also a perennial pepper back here. My brother brought a seed from Costa Rica, and this thing is very happy. There's some gingers back here. There's black bamboo that I planted just a few months ago, really, and it's coming out. Look at this. Just blasting out. Really happy. There's a nice breeze. Here's a Cocopo banana. Some toilet paper plant from the mint family. Real soft. More galangal ginger. Plumeria. Here's my Chipotle Cabo, which I transplanted from the other side of the house because it was getting too much direct sun. I brought it over here and it's got all this new growth on it. This is a red Chipotle Cabo, so I'm gonna keep an eye on this and see if we can start to get it to grow a little bit more. I planted some yucca around it for shade, and then of course, like, sun right now is just going through the sky on this side, so this stuff really blocks it really well. But it's also unfortunately blocking this new guy. This is Alano Sapodilla. It has some new growth on it, but I know it could be getting more sun, but I figure this is a really good spot for it because, again, once it can get tall enough, it can get over this fence and be a really good grab that noon, you know, to afternoon sun and be really happy there. I recently cut the moringa and we're going to mulch it, and I feel like this is a really good spot for a moringa tree. It's easy to access. We have a lot of room here to chop it down and work on it. I've been planting these white lead trees. Same thing, it's a chop and drop. Here is a good example of, I'm waiting for this one to go to seed so I can get the seeds. They're almost ready, and then I'll chop it, but it grows really fast, and I think it's gonna make a great mulching system. So we'll see how that does. Chickens are doing really well. We'll get to them in a little bit. Yellow peacock. People are loving these on the Shakona Gardens store. Charlotta, I feel like it's seen better days. It might be a little dry for it. I'm not sure. I was hoping that chopping the moringa down a little bit would give it a little bit more light, a little more sun, see if it can recover. What has fully recovered is the ice cream bean. It's really happy. Here's some new growth on it, doing really well. That's gonna make a nice shade, afternoon shade for the chicken coop. This is my second sweet almond. I had one of these before. It was over by the fence, and I think it was too much in the shade. This thing likes the sun. It smells amazing, and vigorous growth on it. Cool plant, sweet almond. Let's see what else we have around here. We redid this bed. We had a bunch of zinnia in the bed. Becca was trying to experiment with some different zinnias. Now there's just some moringa back here, some plumeria, and the backside of the chicken run. Actually, we can go look and see. The mother of cacao has really grown. It's really pretty. Same thing with this. I'm waiting for this to go to seed because I want to collect the seeds from this to see how the seeds grow versus how, you know, a direct cut, taking a cutting, putting it in the ground will grow, because what I'd like to do is try it for live fencing. This is what they use, you know, in Central America for fencing, is they just cut this. They'll probably wait till it gets a little bit bigger, of course, or cut a bigger branch, cut it, stick it in the ground, it'll grow, and they can attach barbed wire or whatever they want to it, and you have live fencing. So I would love to try that around here to see if it's possible. So far, this is definitely growing. We'll see how it does in the winter. That's the big question. If it gets too dry or if it gets too cold and it kills it. I'm not sure. Also have some more sugarcane. I think this is a Asian black, and over here is a Don Cinco. And we might as well see the mango tree here. This is a beautiful sweet tart mango. Bunch of new growth on it. I took the flowers off last year and didn't let it fruit. and I trained it to kind of go outward. You can kind of see. So it's got 5 branches all going outward. So I'm gonna let it fruit this year, hopefully, and see what we get with that. The chickens are really happy. They've been getting a new supplement with their feed that Becca's been making for them. So they had a long molting season, but I think they're finally pulling out of it. Oh, I just spotted Zeus. He's a kikiriki. Again, the ice cream bean. I'm really happy with what these gingers have been doing. I'm gonna harvest these once it gets really cold over here. I think they're starting to crowd up. Here's a Mysore banana. I just stuck it in because I didn't want to lose it. We have so many different varieties of bananas here. Barbados cherry has been doing really well. I just trimmed it recently. We sold some cuttings. Now you can see there's a ton of cherries on it. This is just a few years old, and it does really well after you trim it. And then every morning I find a couple on the ground. And the girls already know what's going on. All right, girls, you ready? And the game is you have to take it and run. And over here in the little mini nursery, we have some more mango tree that we have to plant. It's an avocado tree from Justin that didn't do well, but it might be resurrected. Some vetiver grass, some dragon fruit, yellow dragon fruit, a bunch of cuttings of sugar canes, some aloe, snake plants, and of course the copy vine, which was trimmed all the way down and now replanted here. And her regrew. This is a new copy, and it's doing pretty well. So you're gonna see how it likes the cold. Probably doesn't like the cold, but hopefully it's well enough established that it can handle it. There's also some turmeric over here. We actually have a turmeric flower. The turmeric started off, when it started coming up, it was doing really well. And then, I don't know if it got too dry or what, but now it's starting to get a little yellow. It might just not be getting enough sun or indirect sun the right way, but I've got a blue, a green, I think that is a black, a white, a red, and the traditional yellow. So I'd like to get the rainbow here going. I think somewhere there's another color too. I'm not sure how many other colors there are. On this bed, it's not doing bad. It's not doing great, but it's not doing bad. I've been actually watering it because I think it's been dry, but this is a lemon meringue mango that's doing better. This is a Rose of Sharon that just had a flower on it. It's like a hibiscus. It's nice. There's a more yucca. It's coming in out. See this new growth on it? It's a little bit strange. These beds have always been a little strange. This is a peanut butter fruit. Actually has a little peanut butter fruit on it. We'll go in here and see. Here we go. Little guy. So Becca's waiting to eat that. Mexican sunflower, chop and drop. It's growing really well in here. One thing that I'm not too worried about. And then there's another white lead tree in here to try to improve the soil. Some Katuk, dwarf Namwa bananas. There's a cherimoya in here trying to grow that I grew from seed. Some more moringa, and then I have some lemongrass on the bottoms here. There's also a mulberry tree right here, doing okay. This is the only thing that really gets to stay in here if we clean out this bed. This is a canistel, and it's been here for maybe almost a year now, maybe a little bit more than a year, but it's finally starting to grow, so pretty happy with that. The yucca behind it's doing well. I put in some velvet bean down here, and it's doing okay. And now finally we have the pink cosmos from Costa Rica that we brought back, and you can kind of see the velvet bean down here. This is more of the toilet paper plant, and there's different varieties of banana that I'm trying to keep back here. There's the dwarf Namwa, there's the Cavendish, the Kokopo, and the best growing one is this ice cream banana, which we have over here as well. But before we get that, we have a Pickering mango that's really happy, trying to train it to grow outward, but it's getting kind of leggy. I'm not going to touch it though until next year. These are the ice cream bananas. This is a Bolt mango over here that I had to save. It was super leggy and it was growing outward. I think its roots got a little too wet. It's dried out now and it's definitely doing much better. It's hard to see from this angle. Let's come around here. There we go, it's perfect. So I staked it up there. It's doing really well. Also have planted around them Mexican sunflower for shade, and then when I chop them, it's crazy. If you wait a little bit in the spring, summertime, these will grow tall. Not too tall, but maybe just at like height, 6 feet tall. Cut them down. These will start to generate new growth, the mangoes, every time. So it's really cool. It like spurs them to start to create new growth. It really excites them. I'm gonna pull these out. This looks like a morning glory. In this bed we have the famous butterfly pea. There's 3 different colors in here, like a light blue to a purple, light purple. I put some papayas in here. This is the backside of the sweet tart. It's looking really good. Another ice cream banana that I've been chopping. I don't want it to shade the mango trees too much, so it just had to be saved, so I saved it back here. This is a Florida red sugarcane, and it grows really well and really happy. So those are highly recommended. That one over there is the I think that's the black Innis. Yep. And it's not growing as well. And we have an ice cream bean here, and there's also a Katuk in there somewhere. Yep, right there. They're both doing okay. This mulberry tree was one of the first things that we planted here, and it's doing pretty well. I've been chopping it a lot. And then back here we have the famous velvet beans. The magic velvet bean. They're getting ready to be harvested. Dopamine bean, I think they call it too. There's thousands of them on here, so getting really close to getting ready to harvest these. These are the non-irritating variety, so they don't irritate your skin when you harvest them. And we've been growing these for a few years, but this particular plant is not that old. It's maybe 8 months, 6 to 8 months old. Doing really well. There's 3 of them. So You can see the vigorous growth. All right, let's take a break and see what the chickens are doing.
Girls! Girls, girls, girls!
What do you got here?
I got their Halloween treats. It's my homemade mix of black soldier flies and marigolds and butterfly pea, oregano, roasted red pepper. What else is in here? Carrots, broccoli, all kinds of good stuff. They love it. Come on, girl.
All right, while the chickens eat, we'll go back to the garden tour. This is a red peacock. Original seeds were from Costa Rica. Doesn't grow as good as the yellow one, but really pretty tree. Minus these spikes that it has on it. But still really pretty tree, nitrogen fixing legume. And this is the east side of the property. It's also where we keep the trash and the end of the chicken run. But I have a little row going here. There's a thick moringa that's been chopped a few times. That's growing and it's shading this other copy vine. This one is a bushing variety. I don't know, I had this one inside for a while and then I transferred it outside and it got a lot of direct sun, so I don't know if it's stunted or what, but it hasn't done much in a few weeks, so we'll see how it does. More Mexican sunflower for chop and drops and mulch. There's a miracle fruit back here. Here it is. Some more yucca and toilet paper plant. And then in here we have jocote or hog plum, got from Green Planet Farms. So see how that one does. Don't know what variety it is, but we'll see. And then down in here I transplanted some things, different varieties of pigeon pea I'm trying to grow here. And there's a Pakistani mulberry, I believe. We'll see how that does. More of these red cosmos doing really well. Some more yucca. I just trimmed this stuff recently. There's a plumeria that Becca liked, and that's pretty much it. This is where the trash is here, and then we have to go to the front yard to see what we established up there. We finally got the front yard planted, so see up there. Out in the front yard here we have a dwarf Fiji coconut. On the end here, there's some red peacock seeds that I put in the ground. This is the ice cream bean. This was already here, but I gave it some room and some space. We made this entire row right on this edge here. Back up a little bit so you can kind of see. And then the road's right here, so really close to the edge, next to the black bamboo. There was a hawk scare when we were in the back with the chickens, so Becca's watching. The moringa, not moringa, this is a plumeria that somebody was throwing away. We grabbed it out of the trash. She planted it here. This is another sapodilla. That's a butterscotch sapodilla. There's Mexican sunflower all around it here for chop and drop. There's some different type bananas in here. I think it's like calamari. I have to actually go look and see what it's called. It's actually Yangambi KM5. Becca loves to get different types of bananas and then expects me to grow them and eat them. So we're gonna try. Don't know how it's gonna like it here, but it's gonna give it its best shot. Some more plumeria. This one's actually flowering. This was here, and I just kept it in the row. It's off a little bit to the side. I put something else on this side. I think this is a yellow variety, yellow and pink. And then there's another banana here. This one is just the number of the rows. It's a 3640, but it's doing really well, coming out strong. And then I put in some sugar cane on the edges here just to keep it growing. And then the jackfruit, which was originally here as well, planted close to 4 years ago now, probably. I topped it once right here, and it's got all this new growth. It had a really good summer, not a lot of wind, no hurricanes, so it's really happy. And we're trying our hand at dragon fruit. Built this little trellis. Here you can see the mulch for, this is Mexican sunflower, and I think there's some cranberry hibiscus in here, and moringa. Makes a nice mulch. That's pretty happy. All right, well, that's about the end of the tour. We're right back where we started. So, hope you like it. We'll see how it grows. See you next time.